money in the market. Put the money in the market. I saw a coin go pop, it's pumping on my screen. X is buzzing loud, got a fever for the green. Call the crypto doc, said, man, what should I do? He said, trader, listen up, here's the plan for you. Put the money in the market and research it right, research it right. Money in the market, keep your bets real light, bets real light. Money in the market, let the coins take flight. And check it in the morning, see if it's alright. Alright. The charts are diving low, my heart's a nervous wreck. Scams are lurking close, could sink my crypto check. Call the crypto doc, said, doc, I'm feeling lost. He said, bet small, stay cool, don't pay that scams cost. Put the money in the market and research it right, research it right. Money in the market, keep your bets real light, bets real light. Money in the market, let the coins take flight. And check it in the morning, see if it's alright. Alright. Market's got me dizzy, prices up and down. Doc said, hold your nerve, don't be the market's clown. Study, wait and watch, let the trend line sing. Money in the market, watch those profits spring. Put the money in the market and research it right, research it right. Money in the market, keep your bets real light, bets real light. Money in the market, let the coins take flight. And check it in the morning, see if it's alright. Alright. Put the money in the market. 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 Yeah. Working shifts in my old truck, dreaming of a ride. Telegrams humming with corn talk, promising a glide. Follow the TikTok stars, pitch for Pepe and you on a whim. Coin bust, my hopes got dust, that lesson hit me grim. Money can't buy everything, but it can buy me a vet. Stack that crypto, watch it grow, snag a yacht, no sweat. Ain't no big house yet, but I'm chasing that trader's crown. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me a vet. Sold my coins before they jump, missed the big old game. Spent my check on shaky bets, chasing dreams in vain. Bet on a coin with a fishy vibe, it tanked by morning light. Now I'm smart, trade from my heart, keep my dreams inside. Money can't buy everything, but it can buy me a vet. Stack that crypto, watch it grow, snag a yacht, no sweat. Ain't no big house yet, but I'm chasing that trust in every high, that's a rookie slip. Check the team, don't sell too soon, hold through markets dip. Budget wise, watch price line sway, keep your cash in check. Crypto's calling, roll with me, bets around the neck. Now I'm sharp, check plans and teams, dodge scams with ease. Hold my coins through nervous dips, trade with steady breeze. Every drop's a chance to grab, I'm stacking with a grin.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me for the ceremonious ringing of the cowbell. If you would like to participate, you may at your own discretion. Please grab your bell, your jiggle wiggle. Please give it a fling. Well, clear out the hair. Make it feel all nice and juicy in here. Grab your lemon water. Get your popcorn. Let's go. The turkey's about to come out. Father, is it really that time?
What?
Father?
Oh, I told you. I ain't your daddy.
Motherfucker. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first flight, let me warn you that you are about to proceed into uncharted territory. If you are not used to seeing your crypto TA presented by a turkey, well then welcome to the show. Please don't mention that it is a featherless turkey. He does not know that he is naked, nor does he know that he does not have a peck or a beak. Let's not remind him of that if we want things to go splendidly, otherwise things will get kind of janky. Please keep your head, arms, feet, and everything inside the vehicle at all times, and as always, thank you for watching. Sean, you may hit the button now as it pleases you.
As it pleases me? What does that mean? Can I rub it on it? Watch what I do. Hey, Habib, look how I press this button. Oh my god! That's disgusting!
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. It's kind of weird here. I don't know. I think everybody needs a vacation or something. They're getting kind of... I don't know. Somebody ends up pregnant. I ain't got nothing to do with it. We're watching Bitcoin here at $113,600 after she dripped a little lower after I streamed earlier today, looking at the area. The dotted little line here, it still remains. We lost it, came back, regained it. Tested it very perfectly. Looks like she went down to like a 1414, just a little lower fib there. We got a chance of bouncing over here. These are reversal areas. Remember, we were zooming out here, or maybe you don't. Maybe you didn't see that stream. Well, I guess we got to do a little bit of a recap here on Bitcoin. How's it going, everybody? 13 people hanging out with me. So from where we dropped from about 118, 119,000 right over here, and fell down. We have now finally entered this little area where we got the green bar. That's the 382 Fibonacci, not to be confused with the red bar above it, which is right here, which is the 236 Fibonacci. Less is the 382. One lower, but also that's a main one to look for a nice bounce. That's typically what we look for. Sometimes, like we got lucky last time when we were watching the 236. That was down in this area, about 103,000, and got the nice breakout of that, which we're still in. keeping that thought in mind, makes sense that this could be also a pullback. Another reason to add why we deserve to have a bounce here, or should have a bounce here. And bouncing from here, you got to zoom out to appreciate the beauty of this. Let's do that. I know we were on the 6 minute and then I kind of snuck it up to the 4 hour on you. I'm sorry. We're in degen reform at the moment. Hey, a little bit, a spoonful of sugar, right? Makes the medicine go down. I ain't got no coffee tonight. Stayed up all day night last night. Anyway, we're just drinking pimp juice tonight, that good old pimp juice. Zoom in out, it makes a little bit more sense, and trend line started from these candle bodies to this candle body to, oh my gosh, look, that's where we are right now. That's crazy how that works. I don't believe it. It's like astrology for men or something. I've heard it called before. So that's kind of cool. There is also this little 50. Oh, we're on the daily now. Sorry. Hey. There's also this blue line coming in. Now that's the 50 moving average. Now since we lost the 21 and the 9 and the 5 and they're flip-flopped on us, I'm just saying we could or could not. We don't have to go touch it, but since we're so close, oh, that would suck to wick down there. But if we get a surprise this weekend, tomorrow, something, we'll kind of get a feel for it as we come down in smaller time frames, if that might be a threat at the moment. But it's just something to notice here on the bigger time frames that, yeah, those little bastards could do it. But luckily, we got a nice little support area here 382. Then there's also another, man, there's another reason to go there, though. Whether we get there this weekend or we go up and come back, that's what I was leaning toward from what I saw earlier today. Let's go back, and we did find support, so I still kind of lean toward that direction so far until I see something different. But the 111, 112 area, it might be on the radar, whether we bounce back up a little bit to like 115.8 or higher. Maybe we get lucky, we go back to 117. If we get back up there, I kind of count this one out a little bit. Maybe we can go, shoo. We played this little green line. So basically, we're either playing the green line, maybe coming up, then we may come get this bigger red line. This bigger red line, you hear me talk about these numbers, these Fibonacci areas, right? And I try to spell it out because when you pull your fib from low to high, you get certain areas right there, and I got them, the green one and the red one labeled right there. For this big move, remember how we talked about in a parabolic move that's a great place to bounce? See how it lines up with this bottom trend line, whatnot-ish? How it falls within that range. We're on a different time frame, so why it doesn't line up. Same as it did on the daily. Moving average is looking good even on this time frame, but possibility to bounce off of that area and then get a nice little strong move off of it if we decide to do that. So I'm trying to figure out whether we want to come up and go down there, or if they're just going to try to just go ahead and shoot us down there. So far we found that little local pivot area, and it looks like we're going to come up before we go down, if we go down. But now it's starting to look like we have a higher, I mean, since we're down, hey baby, since you're down there, I'm just saying, you know, what are you doing? Anyway, back to the stream. We were talking about this possible reversal area. So far, it seems to be holding. I like it. I'm cool with it. I'd like to see where it takes us. What do you think? But the real thing is, no matter what we do right now, oh man, even especially if 111, 112, which is really not that low when we think about it, because my gosh, we were at 103 not long ago just trying to get out of there, right? And we found ourselves at 123. What a come up. What a come up. Here on the 1 hour, she's trying to recover the non-moving average. That's a good sign. Hey, keep going, baby. Keep going. Do what you do. Do what you do. Bigger time frames to give you a better feel for things anyway. But it's these indicators, or these other indices rather, like total 3 and Bitcoin dominance. I think we'll take a look at it here on the bigger chart. Bitcoin dominance is imperative to follow. And we've got some red candles here on the few hours. So when we zoom out to like a bigger time frame, like the 4 hour, it's just wicks. Sell pressure on the wick, man. Looks so cool on the smaller time frame, didn't it? Looked like we were like it's over, like altcoin season's buried the start, man. We ain't nowhere near altcoin season, baby. Ain't nowhere near it. The only hope we got right now at Bitcoin dominance is that this is a lower low, and it hit a fib area. Maybe we get something, get some rejection there, maybe come back a little bit. We need to break this trend line. I don't see why we can't do it. Bitcoin just did it. Bitcoin just broke that trend line. Why can't we do it on Bitcoin dominance? We got the same setup. I believe it's probably on the 6 minute. Looks just like this, but it broke it. Maybe Bitcoin dominance can too, but gosh darn it. The more it goes up, the more these altcoins suffer. And that's reflected, well, we can look at others or total 3, either way you want to do it. Others kind of fits most of the altcoins that we're in, and here it seems like we're trying to lose that 200 moving average on the 4 hour, and that's kind of disappointing, sad. When we were up here at one point, lost about $30 billion, making all of our portfolios, and that's how you erase your indicators right there. Making all of our portfolios just kind of dwindle down to places that we didn't want to see them be again. What can we learn from this lesson other than the same thing that's taught every time? Is that when we trail these trends, when they go up, all these little trends in through here, boop, sell. As this trend line progresses and progresses and progresses, and then we kind of lose it, right? I think the best way to look at that, is follow the trend line, and then when she breaks the trend line, hugging it real tight right there, it's just a channel, right? It's just a channel. But when that channel break, that's the cue. So there were several cues telling us, and we talked about it on the channel. There was the break of it, there was the bearish retest here, and then there was also, however you want to draw it, even if you drew it from here, from this bottom to there, you would catch it about midway. Following that trend line would have gave, when we did this, we talked about this all the time, and on one hand, the information's there, but just because the information's there doesn't mean that it's going to be played correctly, right? So even me seeing all these, I'm looking back now, and I find I do this every freaking time. Like, how am I not taking enough profits to where I have to do a little bit of cover? It's better than what it was on my spot margin, but there had to be a little bit of cover pulled out of my Bitcoin. And I'm like, no, I should have a big ass pile of money. And the only thing I can keep telling myself, I'm still not taking enough profit. I think I'm just going to have to just sell the whole down position, or up my orders, up my things when I'm pyramiding up. So here we are under the 200 moving average here on this one, threatening to come down just a wee bit lower. ABC corrections, what I'm looking at this as being, all these little areas, these little yellow circles I got there were all the little areas that would have been prime to save us from drawdown, which is starting to look kind of substantial in these. This is like, down right now about 12%, got down as far as dang near 15%. I guess it was if we went from the very tops here. 15% pullbacks, drawdown. How you feel about that? How you liking it for you? Because I'm with you on a lot of my stuff. I've got spot margin, and then some perpetual trades, which some of them are in drawdown too. Lots of people got hit. A lot of the YouTubers got hit too. Even some of your bigger ones losing. I'm pretty sure they lost one account, a BitUnix account. I thought they might have lost a MXC account, but no, I think they still probably have about 5,000 or 6,000 left in there. But it was like 22,000 3 weeks ago, right? And sometimes when I watch people and they're showing, so I can analyze their screens, and sometimes, especially on BitUnix, it has the buys and sells and everything. And what we were into through all this, well, and then they like to trade the small ass time frames. And all we've had lately is just all this chop, man. Just all this chop. Chop. And all you see is little buys and sells, and sometimes they're in profit, sometimes they're not. The profit's not really worth the move and everything. And that's how they get you if you try to trade these little ranges like that. And you don't have that much. You don't have the R's. And what we mean by the R's is the risk to reward that makes it worth it on a lot of these things. Maybe if you get the perfect entry and the perfect exit, but that's hard to do, chasing them flags for a lot of people. That's a lot of what's being taught out there that I see that people kind of gravitate with. But here we are. So we got take these trends out of the way, and then you kind of look at the topping pattern that we got here at this area. This is total. This is others or total 3. This is our altcoins right here. So if you're following altcoins, total 3 or others. This is others actually. So you got the M toppy, you got a peak and then a lower high. That's your first warning sign right there. And now we've confirmed the bottom here. And the measure move takes us down here to places we don't want to kind of be, which has us breaking possible trend lines. Now this trend line, let's go back up a little bit. This can be tweaked a little bit, and I think we might be right on the trend line, or maybe we just broke it. How's it? Oh, you flirting with it. You're flirting with it. So adjusting this trend line. No. Wait, you could argue it's already broke it for real. If we do it right, and well, I go by the rules of candle bodies. Actually, that gave me a little bit more room. Bodies to bodies right there. If you want to be more precise, I think you can use a magnet tool. I like to do it manual, so that's I don't know, I like to get my hands dirty. So it tells me that we might have a possible support area here. Okay. Moving averages look good. Others? Could you do that? So we got this M top that confirmed. So will it come back up a retest? That's common. And then, but that's also be bouncing off this trend line, which is bullish. Will it be a fake out? Will it roll over from here? The moving averages down here don't really suggest that it will so far, unless a bunch of these start crossing. But there's a chance that it might invalidate, and if it comes back up above the neckline here, if we can get back up there, just about $10 billion to come in over the weekend. If that could happen, I don't know if it could. If we start, well, apparently if we get up past this area, it will. That could invalidate that, and we could look for probably another higher low. To be honest with you, you need to go for a higher high, but probably a lower high. What did I say? Probably another lower high. That's what I meant to say there. So those are some scenarios that I can see that might be playing out for our altcoins this weekend. I've got an inkling that, you know, they'll bore us a little bit, and then they'll pull this little surprise. Hey, wake up, get to chasing, because they like to get us chasing. So they might bore us a little bit on some of these altcoins and get us a little scared. And of course, when they get through buying all that we're selling, that all the scared people are selling, and then the number go up. Let me come over and say hello to everybody in the chat. I streamed earlier today, and I think I'm getting everything mixed up. Stray Guy, I saw you in the chat, man. Hey, you were first, Stray Guy. Right? Is that today? Was that yesterday? Gosh darn it. You're a boomer, Road Dog. My clappy hands are not working. What's up? This would be a good place for a studio, Sean. I'm just saying. I've scoped it out. I think a studio would fit in here if you just get crap that works. Oh, it's a song about tacos and crypto. That's very fitting. It just gets kind of crazy at the end. Ave Medina. Chris Klein. There's Floki's Angels. Man, I never get tired of that comment. Yeah, it worked. Thank you so much.
All right. Gator Squat's in the house.
Chubby 751. Hey, cheers, my man. Glad to have you here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you spending your Friday. Is it Friday? Friday evening.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
It's going to give me a heart attack with these things. I just know he will. And let's see who else have we got in here. Duality C, I see you there. How's it going? Good to see everybody here. Melis Williams. Another Limp Dick PA. Embrace the suck, folks. The crazy weekend. All right, I think I said hello to everybody. So far, if I missed anybody, it's my bad. MB, I see ya. Many coins are in the golden pocket on the daily chart. Might be. Well, it looked like, well, I mean, we just saw a total 3. We're at an area of support, so it wouldn't surprise me at all. They're at a good fib area. Another hidden gem, MBG. We'll take a look here. Oh, look, y'all got a list for me tonight. Cool. Gator Squad says, I believe Spell will hit 0.01 by 2026. Bill says, I have one old I'd like to share. Ask Splat. I feel like I interrupted a conversation there. Gator Squad says, Road Dog, I got some good crypto songs too. Cool. I think there'll be more of it out there. That's the reason I'm doing it, because Crypto Face was and Crown Chalk was the first songs that, I mean, other than some random ones you might see came out a couple of cycles ago. But By the Dip, whatever Crown Chalker had out last cycle and everything, Crown Chalker's got some good stuff out there. But that was about all that you would find, and I needed something for my show, and then it got to be, well, you know, I did a little songwriting back in the day anyway. I do a little bit, but AI can handle a lot of it. You got to straighten her out because sometimes it just don't make sense. They say stupid stuff. Sometimes it slips by me. I try to edit some of those to as time goes by, they are getting better and better. Of course, my techniques are getting better too. But I liked it. There's more and more getting out there. Joe's putting some out there, and that'll help his adoption gets in, I guess. Let's see. We got to take a look at Near. Cardano, Link. I don't know if I can get all of those, but we'll try to see what we can get there. Those are good ones, though. I'm in a lot of those. Chris Klein says, I remember, let me get to where I can read this. I remember when I found you late night back in December, like a weekend before Christmas, and ever since I don't miss the show unless I absolutely have to. Pokies Angels, I love you, dog. Hey, man, I appreciate that. My clappy hands are not clapping. Why are you not clapping, clappy hands? Sean, this would be a good place for a studio. If you can get backup buttons. But I'm glad we found each other. I'm glad we found each other. Cold and snowy outside when we found you at her dog, but you warmed our hearts and continue to do so to this day. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Rubber Turkey. Oh, don't tell everybody. MG Motorsport Captain Lurker here. I'm by UPXI. I heard it's undervalued. But I don't know much about stocks. Says Haven. So it's a stock. UPXI. That sounds familiar. UPXI. All right, let's take a look at some of these. So we got one called MGB. I'm not familiar with what that is at all, so I'm going to come over here and see what we can find out about it real quick. See what it is, what the tokenomics look like. Oh, we don't have much. Okay. Are you over here? Is it Magic Balancer? I don't think that's it. Did you say it was? I'm trying to remember from the chat. Did you say it was Solana? Here is, I was trying to get somewhere else and got here by accident. But since we're here, this is Tokenmetrics, seeing what's hot right now. Most trending is Fartcoin, Cardano, ENA, and XRP. Recently turned bullish is AIC. If you guys are interested in looking at the little moonshots, let me know. Fill my chats up with some 111s, and we'll take a look at the little moonshots and see if there's any new ones over there that it looks like it's getting hot. In the meantime, I'm trying to get over to Dex Screener here, which is not you. It is, however, the liquidation heat map. Might as well refresh that since we're here. We're taking the slow path, I guess, to MBG or MGB. Wasn't that a car back in the 70s? It's got an MGB. 119.476 is where some liquidity is hanging out. Maybe we will go Pac-Man our way up there, or there's still some down here about 112, which we saw that 111, 112 area could be the place to bounce from. Wow, it's near us. You never know what they're going to do. Sometimes you think it makes sense for them to go to the closest little area, right? And they don't. They've done that to us before. We'd be right so close to going up just a little higher, and they would, no, I'm going to go for it way down here. And we're like, you suck, market makers. I was so driven by that I wrote a song about market makers that suck called Market Makers, You Suck. I think the song does a pretty decent job summing up how I feel about it. I'll sing it for you right now. All right, so over here I come across Jugs coin on Sol. I don't know what it is, but it's blurred out, so I thought this has got to be good. It's probably some little meme coin just been out for a day or two. I'm not shilling it. I know nothing about it. I'm trying to find MGB. All right, so I'm not getting anywhere with that, so we'll have to circle back. We'll circle back. Jim Psaki style. Yeah, circle back. Meanwhile, we'll come over here to our regular chart. Take a look at Bitcoin while she's, what are you doing on here? Are you still trying? Are you still trying to keep our eye on Bitcoin? Keep our eye on Bitcoin, because she keeps losing these little levels, man. She keeps getting these little trend lines, and that's cool. That's all right. They can do that. See how we see how she started over here. Lost that trend line. Like, okay. See what you do after that. And now we got it's maturing. And what was this angle? Is it like a depending on how you skew your charts? 45 or a 60-degree angle. That's why I don't trust the angle ideas on here. But that's not the greatest trend line, but it seems to be holding. So we're going to stick with that, because a line in the sand is better than nothing at all. If you can't stand for something, you're going to fall for everything. At least that gives us a line in the sand. Say, hey man, you break that, we got to talk. And it looks like she's trying to bump up. So go Bitcoin. You keep doing that. Well, we're going to take a look at some of these altcoins on a 4-hour time frame. Most notably, going to take a look at Solana first, because, well, it just crapped the bed right there. Just dumped down to where'd you go down to? 158, 159 in that area. Oh man, Ichimoku Cloud looks like you could keep on going. What's wrong with you? What happened? Who touched you? Did they hurt you? Show me. Show me on the turkey head what they did to you. Turkey head. No, not right now. Okay. All right, go, honey. Go. I think me and Mrs. Turkey's got to do some talking after the show. I'm sure she has a mouthful. All right. So a makeshift trend line here. What we did, we lost this one, and now that's resistance. That kind of sucks. Here on the daily, that's cool. Okay. We had to come down to our Lucy line here. You see that little red one right here, and that little guy right there. That one right there. That's the devil, girl. Oh yeah, we had to come and bounce our cheeks off of her because, well, she's kinky that way. I don't know why, but those are some nice devil-looking hooters if I've ever seen them. I mean, I don't know. I could. Wait a minute. I mean, oh, dude, really? Well, I don't want to get banned on YouTube or anything, so we're going to cover them up a little bit while we do our TA. I hope you guys don't mind too much. There we go. There we go. I don't want to be obscene over here. All right, so that's see-through bra. All right. Anyway, this one's higher than this one. It's common, is what I'm told. We don't mind at all. Anyway, higher lows, and it looks like it's going to bust out over here. I guess this is the armpit area that we're at right now. Oh no, we didn't know it was that kind of show. All right, so this is going to be resistance up here, and then we got this if we several different ways we do it. This is the local trend line if we go from wicks to wicks, which I like to go to the bodies, sometimes I can't see them, so I gotta zoom in. Right there's a body. Oh, you go lower than I thought. Put it underneath this candle body and just stretch her right on out. Just pull it right on out. Just stretch it right. Oh, it won't go any further. That happens a lot. Anyway, down here at the bottom near Miss Lucy again. If we happen to get down there, we don't have to. It's about $149, $150 if we want to come back down there. I mean, we can, don't have to. She has spiked nipples. I don't know what that means. That's a spiky. The spike nipples. Where's the 618? We have not quite yet touched. That might be the magic little area. I want to go ahead and dial this in because I was being a little sloppy. Sometimes I'm sloppy. Sometimes I get just a little OCD. Oh, look at you. Beautiful. You see how that just goes right on top of this red Ichimoku cloud. Just right on top of it. Right there. Just like it belongs there. Like peas and carrots. So 157 from 164, it could happen, doesn't necessarily have to, but since, hey man, we're so close. We're so close, you know, and they're getting so crazy. It might just happen, you know what I'm saying? It might just happen. You lost this trend line here, so hey, you got that going for you too. You're gonna do something kind of cute. Might do something cute, don't have to. May not do it at all, may not be cute at all. Might go up, might come down, who knows? If it goes up, man, it's got to really get up here. It's got to do some stuff, man. We got to get past like 179, 180 and hope that would hold. Back in the trend. That doesn't seem very likely. But 157 does seem like a possibility. It might happen. We got our 150 still below here, kind of turning over. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. If we bounce here, give those a chance to cross bullishly, and then maybe we can go off on some little trajectory. We'd have a new bottom, basically, which trend line would then start looking like this. But then there's that gap idea. You know about that gap? Yeah. That little open space there that don't make any sense. Yeah, it don't make any sense, so I don't trust it. So we'll see what you're doing over here, Solana, on the daily. This is the daily 200 moving average, so that's a big one to hold right there. We need to hold it. If we break below it, then, you know, our worries may not, honestly, may not just stop at 157 for real. It could, but you start inviting in some other possibilities that just don't seem too good. We already made a higher high there too. So we don't want to do that, now do we? So look at the altcoins on the 4 hour, like I said I was going to, but somehow ended on the daily. Yo, Elias, what it is. Shut up, Stuart. Anyway, moving averages look good. They just are being tested. This is the testing of the previous moving averages. 800, 600, 300, 200, 100 in sequential order. And then the little wily party animals over here, the smaller ones, up to the 50 are just kind of, you know, they're doing their own thing right now. So curious, will we hit you? Will we hit you, or will we bounce from here? I don't know. I don't know. I would, if I had to go by the 1 hour, I'd say you might have a chance to do something around here. That would be bullish AF if we do not actually touch it and then start recovering. All right, well, that's all I got for Solana. There might be a possibility to hit 157. If Solana is going up right now, total of 3, or is also going up right now in the 1 hour. Look, we got our little bounce here from our little blue measure move line. Crazy how that crap works. Bounced off the 800, going up to retest the 660, the little Lucy double line right there. So that's about another 6 billion that could be coming in over the next, what, few hours? Those crazy Asians trying to pump our bags. I ain't mad about it. Are you guys mad about it? I ain't mad about it at all. We come over to the 4 hour. We looked at Solana. Let's take a look at Near protocol. Near, what are you doing, baby? I feel like the microphone being kind of weird on me. Maybe I'm just being kind of weird on my microphone. I've heard that said before. Got a green dot there on the 4 hour. I saw that before I flipped off of it here. That's a buy signal on the market cipher, or a possible one after it confirms. Also testing the 360 moving average. Oof. Hope you do something soon here. It's got a fair shot to try to do something here in the bounce here. Not the best shot. You see 800, 600, 300. They're flipped bearishly. They need to flip the other way around, and that takes time for them to cross. However, these other ones have crossed bullishly over it, so we're hoping that we at least come back up here to the 200 moving average. Now, whether that's going to get us back above the trend line that we lost over here on Near is yet to be seen. That could be a nice, interesting bear trap scenario if that were to happen. Say next week or throughout the weekend, we do get up above 260 again and we start going up. That could be, we could be looking for a really strong move there. But it's got to do some things that, you know, are not as common to happen. The most common thing to happen, especially if things are getting bearish right now, is to come up for that retest, bearish retest. So we got to see what happens up here about 255 in that area. Testing this 200 moving average on the 400 would be what to gauge for, my personal opinion on Near. We're at 242 right now, so not too much further. See what happens. But if she does roll over, man, we could be coming back to test these areas about 212, 216. And, well, that's not a fun ride I really want to be on. What else is telling you that? You could have this big ass double top pattern over here with a measure move that also takes us down to that area. So we got that. So, and this would just be confirming that, just bouncing off of there. I was looking at this trend line, but it's crazy. All these different TA methods. They have confluence, and I like that when you see that. I see a lot of different little techniques that give me the same result. I'm like, that's probably a pretty gosh darn good result there. Let's see what happens. So it's telling us to watch it. Oh, we're going to just throw everything around. What, do you paint my tongue or something? Your tongue is coated. Take a look at Link. Or if you spell it the way I do, Luink. Luink. Take a look at Luinka. Chain link over here. Oh, you're dropping down to 6. Well, it's better than 15. You were in the 15s, about 15.6 cents today. $15.60. This is nice on the 4 hour. I think we look good. Honestly, I do. Let me zoom out and check some of these little trend lines and things. Let's just okay, well, I don't want to change that. I like the bigger thing. I can change these lines though. These need updated. The bigger moves, that's still intact right there. That's nice. Telling us that we got wide open spaces to 35, maybe up to $40 if we can get up there. We already came up and almost hit our 618. Didn't do it. Now that's either my fault because I got sloppy, or it's a little bit bearish in nature if I'm not sloppy and if I had it on there perfectly. I would say it's probably me, man. That's a 0.5. Oh man, that's different. Where did you come from? Were you here? Were you the secondary one? Okay. All right. We'll go. Technically, I need to go with that bigger idea. That we could, you could technically be still rolling over on me though. Snap. I think I'm going to go with, we're going to go with the big one. We can't go wrong going with the overall move. You just can't. All right, we'll just change you to purple. Nothing has changed, ladies and gentlemen. We just got rejected off of the 50% moving average, or the Fibonacci there. Leads me to think, you know, you draw these trend lines from here to here. You see it's also resistance, so that was another tell. All you needed was the previous two tops over there in that line, and then it kind of predicts an area where you could bump your head and then do a reversal. I do that a lot. I show it on the stream a lot. I don't see a lot of other people do that too often. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But it's a great way, if you know that, it's a great way to help you predict some other price levels. Knowing that price travels in channels, well, it might be some other areas to come down to. It's not fitting very well. We'll keep that idea open for later, though. So bumper heads there with a higher high, look for a higher low, and we're at just the perfect area to start doing that right now. So let's bump on down to the 4 hour for Link and see, are you ready to give me that higher low? Or are you doing your little ABC correction, baby? Your little double top being part of your ABC? Is that what you got? Show me, Elliot. No, man. We've been disagreeing a lot, Elliot, but I can see what you got there. I ain't mad at you. I see that one. Okay, that's cool. So Elliot believes that we are on the fourth wave, getting ready to come at least back up to the top where we were. Try to do at least that, double top at 20, or go higher with our fifth wave and continue up to Valhalla. It might be that $34 or $36 area we're looking for. That would be my hopeful thinking there. What I like here on the 4 hour is that these moving averages look beautiful. They've already flipped over here, 800, 600, 360, 200. They're beautiful. We're just testing the 200 right now. I see no reason for us to come down here to $14.88, $15. I don't see a reason for us to. Doesn't mean that if things get bearish over the weekend, if there's some kind of, I don't know, weird ass, if they're going to run a game on us and they come out with bad news, even if it's real news or fake news or just misunderstanding, just to spoof the market or whatever they can do. The weekend's a low liquidity time to do that. And I mean, there's not a lot here for support to keep it from happening. So that's what we got to watch for. Just as easy as they can move price up and make us chase and get everybody on board to chase, you know, they can make a little move like that and get everybody enticed to start selling or freaking out and getting all scared and stuff. So it'd be easier for them to do any of those moves on the weekend. So we need to see if I find some support here. What you got on the 5 minute? You got me anything down here? Are you trying to do something? So I come down to the 5 minute just to see what's going on around in this area and see if it's trying. It's trying something, but until we get a few more higher highs in. Hadn't really got a first higher high in, other than this. We're counting this little leg here. It needs to knock out these guys, right? So she's trying something. She needs to recover that line 1630. That'd be a good first step. Take a look at near. I think we just did that. I'm a little bit behind in this. Gator Squash says, but the government behind MBG, I wrote it wrong. That's why I can't find it. I was being Lex Disick. What matter about all the coins? Let's go back over here and see what we can find on that one again. We circled back. That's crazy. I know. I usually don't do that. I'm usually way off in left field somewhere, floating around. Squirrel! But we managed to circle back. Hello? Hello? Talk to him. Not a word. I don't know. He keeps calling me and not saying anything, but that's rather rude. MBG, multi-bank group. Okay, let's take a look at it. It's $2.10, $182 million market cap, 1 billion coin. Oh, what you got going on over here? What you got going on? I'm gonna come over here. Yeah, So CoinMarketCap will actually tell me what the coin does, whereas CoinGecko will not do it on the website. Now, on my little phone, on the app or whatever I use there, I think it's an app or is the website. But what the mobile version does, but the one that I use on the stream doesn't. Let's see, Q3 2025, there was a pre-sale launch token for whitelisted participants, public sale, happened July 15th. So brand new launch coin here that I can't, there it is. What? Founded in 2005, that was before Bitcoin. Multi-bank group has grown into one of the most regulated and well-respected financial institutions in the world, with a presence in over 25 global offices, 2 million plus clients, and 17 plus regulatory licenses across 5 jurisdictions. Multi-bank group delivers institutional-grade infrastructure, deep market access, and unwavering compliance. It represents the next frontier in the group's journey, merging legacy finance with innovation of Web 3. Okay, but what's the token for? The native utility token powering Multibank's crypto ecosystem, offering exclusive benefits, discounts, and rewards across a suite of its platforms. It's more than just a token, it's your passport to seamless digital asset experience backed by institutional credibility and global regulatory compliance. Why MBG matters. Unlike speculative tokens, MBG is backed. Man, we should have done this for a coin video. Backed by a revenue-generating institution built on a solid financial foundation with you're boring me, $607 million balance sheet, and is committed to bringing institutional mindset to its utility token through regular buybacks and burns. You're starting to get off in voodoo territory there. It offers real-world. I mean, they do that, but just the fact that you do that's a little, it's a little like, think of it this way. Why create the tokens if you have a need to burn them? It's almost like, oh man, we screwed up and printed too many tokens. Unless there's a process that it functions like a regular thing, as part of how that makes the gears turn in the sphere, like the coin actually makes the gears go around. But you'd have to have all this staking and all that stuff too. But a lot of these that came out with billions and billions or even trillions of tokens, they found the errors of the way because it was just too damn many tokens. It just jams up everything and you don't get the performance. They thought the more zeros, the more tokens people could buy and feel like they're getting a better deal, and think that it doesn't, they can go up easier. If you're in early, yeah. Otherwise, they just get saturated with the same market cap but just have a lower token price. And you think you're getting a good deal, but really you're overpaying. It's also hard to tell if you're overpaying when they got a bunch of zeros on them too. And that's clever. That's very clever. I must say, that's very clever. Yeah, very clever. So the fact that this one only has 1 billion versus 100 trillion billion, or 420 trillion, or even 420 billion. Ha, gotcha, mother. That's a big thing. That could give it some, and it's at $2. So now we're starting, they kind of figured that out, right? What's in circulating supply right now? 120. Okay, so about 10% of it's out. Okay, that's workable. The only problem is the $2.09. Whenever she does drop, this may be, one of those highs to try to get back to, or this area. What was your all-time high so far? 275. Okay, that might be the situation. You might end up ranging somewhere around 275 or lower, right through there. So instead of her going to skyrocketing, going, I'm going to $6, as they release tokens or however this works, we end up kind of maybe going up, but still more of a range. Getting in probably a lot of ranges. A lot of rangies. So let's take a look at the chart. What do you look like since we found you, MGB? You're kidding me. Did I do it again, MBG? I'm Lex Disick tonight. Mercedes-Benz Group, that's the one. They got a token? What the hell? Bobby? Multibank Group's got it on MEXC. Zoom out to the daily. Ooh, look at it. We've looked at this before. We've looked at this before. Okay. Well, my first target was over here at $2.37. That should still stick. Just gotta put out this trend line. Let's go to a 4 hour. So, wow, look at that wick. Oh, did you really come down to 40 cents? Did it really do it? Or is it just here on MEXC that had a scam wick or something? That would, oh, looks like it really did. Oh my gosh, big flush out. Woo! Talk about a stop loss hunt and trying to clear out all this. So sometimes when they do that, there's two ways to look at it. What gets wick gets candlesticked. If we're bearish, I see bullish crosses, so I wouldn't be looking at that. The other reason is slam bam, thank you ma'am. We're just clearing out the air before we start taking it up. However, looks like you would be a little bit more bullish right now though. So 4 hour would be good. You're making me dizzy, Road Dog. You're moving everything around too much. I wonder if that's... Do I do that? I like this, but we got that candle body, and I can't do that. Well, I can, but I just gotta... You know, I got the most touches. That would be the argument for that. As Thomas Bukowski says, where you got the most touches. And sometimes you might have to cut through a candle, but try not to as a general rule because, well, lots of things start happening. You start bending these rules, and suddenly you got some new kind of rules shaping up over here that really weren't on the program before, but now you got, oh man, but it's new policy. Look, we got this, and we got this, and we can do this. And look, it's a cup and handle to the upside. Look, there's your cup, there's your handle. It went down here. It's a stick balloon to the upside. You start getting in all kind of weird rules and stuff that... So if you go by some rules, have a little... So I like the wicks. I like the bodies. That gives a little bit of wiggle room. Only got 2 touches, so not really the greatest trend line at the moment. But if we do cut through that, we got a lot more touches, making it a little bit more valid. I tell you what, we'll compromise and put it as a dotted line, letting me know, hey, there we go. It's a solid idea, but it's not as solid. It's not as solid as I'd like. It might be going up 239. We got other targets up above. These are the juicy ones, 326 and 429. Anyway, look like you're trying to do something right now as we're speaking. I saw that little candle do a wiggle wiggle. It was on the 4 hour candle. So what are you doing over here? Oh, this is a 5-minute chart. Look at that fuzzy caterpillar. Look, it's got purple and blue and red, purple and blue stripes on it. It's a fuzzy caterpillar. That's cute. Look, that little inchworm right there. You need some bug eyes on you or something, I think. Why not? Oh, look. Bug eyes. You're heading the wrong way. Look. That's the fuzzy caterpillar pattern. He needs a mustache. He's a Mexican caterpillar. Meet Pedro. He used to be a jumping ming, but now he can't jump. Now he gotta kind of wiggle around. Hopefully he turn into a moth or a butterfly or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Alright. So it looks like you're bumping your head into a possible idea there. Elliot, I gotta turn you off, man. You're getting on my nerves there. So she's living out here at MBG. Is that the token 209? Going steady, going steady, going steady. And we look like it could go up, go up, go up. Gosh darn it, so many of these tokens just make me want to nibble, and that's how I get too many damn token bags. Too diversified. I can't handle anymore, but I would look in. It looked decent. It did look decent. Let me come back to the chat because, man, this turkey's everywhere today. Squirrels. Bill says, nice. Well, thank you. How you doing? Look at Babycoin. I will not. That's not what? Babycoin? What is Babycoin? Baby Tetherus. Tether US. Binance has got you. Babycoin's at 6.3 cents on the 5-minute time frame. That's too degen. We gotta zoom out. What are you doing? 4 hours, good. Okay. Is that an 886?
Deep ass retrace. Did you 886 me, man?
Excuse me while I go through some backstory here. And then some. Shame on you. That dirty. Somebody riding dirty over here. All right, there we go. Oh, that's nice. That almost, oh, that does line up nice there too. So our first target right here is at 0.07 cents. And hopefully she will, you know, if she gets rejected there, maybe it's a small pullback, and hopefully we can get above it. If not, she might want to stay below here in this sweet little zone to buy it. Anywhere below 7 cents should be, technically, if we look at this from high to low, pretty gosh darn good place to be building up a bag of it. You have all the way from 3 cents where we're low. Even if you have to wait for it to confirm, you'll figure it out in time to be buying this at 4 cents. And anywhere between 3.5 and 7 is the juicy buy place to sell it somewhere around 12 or 15 cents and make a purty nickel. So our next target, I would actually go for the 0.5. That will determine if we need to take our little happy asses a bit lower into this -0 territory. I don't think it will personally, but that is where we got a lot of stuff happening now. That's at 10 cents psychological resistance, although that number is a little bit closer to 11 than 10. Just saying. It has hit up right at 11.3, what, 11.5 cents. So this area makes a good target, I think. If we're at 6 cents, go to 10 cents. That sounds like about a 40% gains if I'm doing the math right in my head. I have no idea. Sometimes I think I am, and then they say, but that's really 67%. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I ain't going to argue with you. 67% gains, everybody. Whoa, it hadn't happened yet, stupid. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was paying it forward.
Only here on this channel will you find us. We can put the targets out there before they even hit, if they ever hit at all. We do it. We look into the future to see what might be coming and tell you that it is coming. And if it doesn't come, we say, I don't know nothing about it. I don't remember that. Deleted that video. Bye. Turkey talking crap. I don't know what I'm talking about tonight.
All right, so that 10, 11 cents looks kind of juicy for a baby, whatever baby is. Can we take a look at Avaxio? Avalanche coin getting a nice little pullback. We're on the 4 hour because that's a juicy place to be. Those nice little moving averages still flipped the wrong way, and they recently flipped. They were flipped right over here, and then they flipped bearish, and then we went up above them. Isn't that crazy how that works? Yeah, you wouldn't think that would be coming, did you? But that was a surprise move up to $25 from 20. So the fact that we might be coming down to 20 that could happen. Now, right now, what's saving us is the 200 moving average, in my personal opinion. Maybe the 0.5 fib, but you know, these moving averages being flip-flopped the wrong way, it's a gift. It's a grace play if we bounce from here. I hope that we do, and we can. I ain't ruling it out, but it might be like we're looking for altcoins and some others. It might be a bearish retest and a rollover. We can be seeing that. We still got some bearish crosses of some other moving averages happening over here on the 4 hour. So I'm seeing that on a lot of these altcoins that we might get a nice little bump up, and then it might be a little short-lived after we go up and retest some areas. Maybe we go up higher than I think. So what I do in these situations is this little area right here, $24, and maybe at 23. The first place of rejection would be underneath the M pattern, right? This little line right here, where we make our M, and right there in the ball sack or whatever that is there. What would that be? That's not. I don't know what you would call that. Right here in the taint area, if you will. I like that. We'll keep it as taint. Coming back up to the taint area. We might get rejected at the old taint. That fits for me. We're using taint. John, it's officially called taint. This is the taint. The M pattern taint. I don't know. It's a late night show. It did make a higher high. Sad that you made a lower low, you little freak. And that's a little concerning because they can get a little frisky on the fibs. So we're hoping that it will hold here at that little, what was it, 0.5 area. That would be great. That would be beautiful. But if it doesn't hold, it makes perfect sense for $20 to be tested. Whether it happens over the next day or two, or if it happens next week, I don't know. But she's there where she might get touched a time or two before we start bouncing to something happier. I look for this maybe happening on a lot of these coins. Let me come over to the chat. We've been going for what, an hour? Has it been an hour? It doesn't feel like an hour. Kelly fan, how's it going? How you doing? Find another phrase besides how's it going, Turkey. Why is there so much freaking criticism around here tonight? Jeez. I'm ready to buy some cheap ETH if it goes down. Where is Ethereum? Last I saw was she's about 30, was she 3,500? Mid 3,500? Let's try. Well, where's COINEX? That's what I trade on. Yeah, but is that right? Ethereum spelled with an IUM on forex.com. What the hell? You misspelled it? Why would you misspell it? That's what scam coins do. What the hell? I guess we're going to look over here on Coinbase. They got enough price history. We're good. We are at 3,500 and possibly dropping lower after confirm. Look at that! Went from, what was it, 2,600 up there? Did we have a trade setup idea? Was it this one? Or was it from over? Because if it was this one, clearly that sucked ass. A lot of people were looking at that. That was, a lot of people were calling. Well, that was a nice fake out. And they did dump us lower, 21. Y'all remember the fun? And look how far we've come since then. Let's get some of this stuff off. All this old stuff and old targets and whatnot. So we got a possible M pattern up here with a higher high. Give it credit for that, but sucks when it breaks that trend line, right? Or that neckline, however you want to look at it. And that sucks. Now that means crap. We're probably in some kind of funky channel where it's a horizontal one, something like that. Have a measure move something along these lines. Dropping us down to how far? Somewhere around 30, really? 31, you think? Looking over to the left, because I'm always looking to the left. We got some congestion here in this area. Is that too far away from you? You don't know Milwaukee there more anymore? That should do just fine for you. You got more congestion back here. Lots of congestion. You're very congested. Blow your nose. Go higher, high. Get some elevation. So, let's take a look at the bearish divergence there. Definitely. Okay, so we might get some mileage out of this on this pullback, this correction. How big of a correction is it from this bottom up to there? Did you 5-wave out on us? Yeah, you could have. That's a big 5-wave if you did. What do you say, Elliot? What the hell? You're on the 3? Okay, maybe. And that's your 5? See, Elliot, this is how I know that you smoke crack on the weekends, because what the hell, man? You got this big ass 1 and 2. You even skipped over this over here. Then what's this? The 3 is supposed to be a bigger move. Would have thought this would be it, but no, you got something else. And then you're saying, "Oh, this is our 4-wave. Look at that tiny little thing and a big old little bitty pop." And the ABC, I don't know, Elliot, you're on crack. I think you've been hanging around with that Biden boy. That's what I've been thinking, Elliot. I'm just saying. So I got 2 methods, and I want to take a look at this. Actually, before I do, I got a comment on these beautiful moving averages that have flipped. Totally flipped right over here when it was about 2,600 to the bullish side. That's good. So if we come down 200 moving averages, first place I'd expect to be tested. That's about 3150, 3170. Swing low to swing high gives us one of our first targets, our first bigger target that is likely to hold some weight. That's our 236 fib. It would be great for it to touch there, but it's not the norm. But it's a gift if it does happen, and you go, woohoo, bouncing off of here, we're going skyward. It would be bullish AF. Most likely, though, we might be coming down to this 3,000 area. I can't believe I'm saying that right now. Really? Not all at once. It may take it a minute to happen, if it happens at all. You got some other support ideas here. So I'm not through telling everything that this chart is telling me at the moment. It tells me a lot. 200 moving average could be also working its way up there to give some support right here around 33.58. That's the first area we're going to look at. First area we're going to look at. Moving averages look beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. We're going to get rid of this nasty fib after we change this to green. Change you to green. Green fib. That's at 29.78. Okay, so either one of those two bounces is still actually mega bullish. I know it sounds crazy right now, but let me make my case, because that's what you should do as an analyst, as that part of your trading. You got two parts. You got the analyst and you got the trader part. You gotta watch your mindset on both of them. All right, so bottom of the trend line area, and it's got some wiggle room for some more down because we cut through some stuff, right? We cut through some stuff. Technically, that would be from the wicks. That would probably be a bit more realistic. I'm just saying. That idea says, hey man, we can come all the way back to 2,700, and you guys are clicking off and like saying, he's talking bears about Ethereum. I'm going somewhere else. I'm like, no, we're just looking at possibilities. It could happen. And if it does happen, if we're looking at this little local idea here on the 4 hours, not all that local. An opening broadening pattern right here. Oh, Livermore cylinder, is it? Or anyway, we're bouncing up there. It might be bouncing off the edges of this thing. Yeah, it could be fun. Yeah, it might come down here and then go all the way up to 4,700. Well, that would be cool. It could happen. Those are some ideas there. But what I want to do on the local, let's go here where we bounced off of Lucy. You bounced off of Lucy? And I want to take a look at these local fibs here. So we got this juicy little area. Oh, how convenient. If we're looking at levels, it's starting to look like this area around 3,000 could definitely be talked to. If I were looking at this, I would be seeing some 1, 2. This is a 3. Would you be? Oh no, we can't do it. Could you do it? Are you that? Oh man. Then maybe you're not an ABC correction. Maybe you're a 1, 2. Maybe you're a 3 wave. This would be your 4. That would make a lot of sense right there. All right, so there's this one thing if we're counting waves and doing LA waves. So I'm getting a lot of things that are starting to spell out this $3,000 area. Not that we're headed straight there. We might have to zigzag our way down there. I think it's a 5-wave correction from this little guy. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you suck. A, B. Well, then you could be the C. Oh, gosh, no. I am so sorry, everybody. My apologies. I did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to go all Elliot on you. That's why I don't like Elliot wave. That's because you get into, well, maybe it's this, or you sit here arguing more than you end up actually analyzing things, or even worse, actually deciding on what move to take. Just what I've seen from Elliot wave. Been my experience with it too. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go all Elliot weirdo on you. I'll leave that for everybody else. You ever watched them? They'll start arguing with themselves over what, just like I started doing. I did it. I became that guy. I'm so sorry. I was that guy. I became that guy. But we might be on some little minor correction here. So I'm looking at these two areas. I want to see what happens here. This is our 237. Now we're back to fib strategy, 33.65. If we lose that area, then 3,000. Got to see what happens there. And we not quite made it there. And it's got a good chance that it might end up being there. Sad to say, over the next possibly few days here, I would probably see run up. Maybe we go back to 37, roll over. And maybe we say hello to my little friend at 33.65. You feel me? Or lower. I hope it doesn't go lower. Don't go lower. Meanwhile, got this nice little trend line. Kind of spells that out. Spells it out. So Ethereum. Man, this turkey is feeling kind of weird tonight. Okay, so what you talking about? BLD coin? Agoric is the name of it. I keep wanting to call it bold. I snagged up a little bit of that today myself. BLD. It's still low right now. Oh no, are you not here? agoric. It's under a penny, under a penny. This is not the best chart. But I think I think it's a nice little lottery ticket play. I'm just saying. I agree. We looked at it last night. First, she's down here, and she might come down lower. Man, just know she might come down to 0.008, 0.007, more 88, somewhere through there. She's at 0.0096. There might be a little bit more of a pull down, and she might go sideways. She did this nice little butt crack over here. Sometimes we see that. Wouldn't be surprised if this happens at all, but all through here is a great little place to accumulate some of this before when she comes back up here to test this area. That's where it doubles up. And if we zoom out, and what was so cool about it was the price history, where I know she's low. That's why she's kind of a little lottery ticket, man. I'm just wondering, what if you did $25? What if you did $25 and it comes back to where it was? It wasn't around last cycle. Yeah, was it? I can't remember. She did spike up here to 36 cents. She spent a lot of time here at 15 cents. It's at 1 cent right now. What if we just did that? This has been the... Your COINEX, I would think you would... Let's just imagine. What if it gets back up to where it was November? That's reasonable. That's a 10x. That's a 10x. Just to go where it was less than a year ago. And here we are, you know, expecting an altcoin season to come over the next at least 6 months, right? And we're on the weekly time frame here, so that would mean that we, from bottoming out, we should start adding up that way. How high can it go? I don't know, man, but you see a possibility of a 5x, a 10x, up to a 15x right here, just to get back up to 22 cents. So what would... Yeah, get it. Just a 10 at $25 could turn into $250. Just getting up here to about 12 cents. Not that I'm trying to sell it or anything like that, but that's just the mentality that, you know, as a crypto investor, and seeing that she's down here where this is a good place to work on it. 0.009, 0.008, right through that area. Maybe a slow accumulation over the next week or so. May not last long, I don't know. It may last for a while. There's a little green there. Might last a week or two. But you got a chance to start building up a nice little bag, and 25 here, 25 there, 25 here, 25 there. Whatever, 100 here, 100 there, doesn't move it. That's what the whales do. They're buying we'll probably buying more than $100 at a time, but still, you know, not too much to move the needle. Several trades a day is whatever they do, what they do. And then eventually, get paid, baby. Woo, 15x. Whoa! You want to be one part of this market, you're going to see all these people, man, all I got was a 2x or a 3x. I got a 5x. That's all I can do. And then it's going to be the people that are buying on these bottoms, they're doing the 10, 15, 20, maybe even 50x on some coins. Depends on how good they do. Don't know. Tokenomics, past history, if it's got a past history, all those come into play. Oh, it's a cool song. I like it. Give it a couple. It would take a couple of months on that one. Has 100x potential, maybe. Yeah, it seems like it was a. Did we do this? It's a $6.5 million market cap right now. Hell yeah, it could. I mean, imagine this getting up to $500,000. There's almost your 100x right there. And it probably has, look, its all-time high 3 years ago was 75 cents. I think we talked about this before. That's probably one of the reasons why. Like, when you look at the whole chart, of course, it's been sloping down this whole time. But that was from last cycle, though. It was last cycle, and so in 2022 there. So it came out in the bear market. You not really had your chance to shine. I don't know if it'll get back to 75 cents. It could. I could see. Well, yeah, that would be higher though. But even if it just gets back to a fraction of that 25 cents, being a penny now, yeah, baby. And it may be maybe a quick in and out on the day that it happens. I don't know. We'll just have to watch it. Set limit orders and all that good stuff. Watch fib areas. But good accumulation area. God, listen, turkey's getting tired on a Friday night. How long have we been going? An hour and 20 minutes? It might be time to wrap up here. P-bar. See, I'll be trying to help y'all out. You're sharing. I appreciate it. That is a cool thing, and that's one of the things about a channel that I used to watch a long time, Dub Digital. I don't even think he streams anymore. And I thought he did TA. Turned out I don't think he was much of a TA guy, but he did have good basics of fundamental analysis and things like that, tokenomics. But what was magical about his little weekend streams usually was you had a variety of people and throwing out all these different coins. And, you know, I would have missed the Osmo airdrop if it wasn't for that. And you know, people just sharing information. I wouldn't even know that I had it or being able to play it, and that's been one of the best things I've done. That got me really involved with the Cosmos ecosystem. I just had a few.
Thank you very much.
Few coins staken, but it was from people sharing it and things like that on that show that led me to that, and some other cool coins to get in. Everybody's got little coins, their favorite. I mean, B Pro was one. It didn't really do much, or I didn't have luck with it, but the person that was in it got in early enough at the time where it did. ARG, Pirate Coin. Some of these coins are no longer any good, but Toll on Solana, please, says Melis William. Thank you for the super chat. Now, I did look at Solana earlier, and it does look like it might be coming down to about 158. But we'll go back and take a look at it. Were we looking at it here on this chart? Or is this another one? I was going to town drawing on this one. Take a look at it at my Binance. I don't know if this is the one that I charted earlier tonight. It looks like it might have been, but yeah, we're coming to an area we might be touching about one. We might go as low as 158, 155, somewhere through there. We've got it looks like a channel trying to form here. We went up, made a higher high, so now we're looking for a higher low. 618 Fibonacci 155 would be great, but I can't be mad at it if it wants to come down and maybe touch a few moving averages. If we go down to 148 sometime over the next week, that'd have to be the weekend. It may not be the weekend. What I'm looking for a lot of these altcoins is to come up over the weekend, maybe going into Monday or Tuesday even. And that's where we might see 170, 175 out of Solana again, but it may not get past that. It may roll over. So we got that, or we just go ahead and bite the bullet and come down over the weekend. That's what we're trying to see is what's happening. And so let's come down to the smaller time frame and see what you're thinking about. 4 hour. You're looking kind of nasty. I'm just saying, it's looking a little nasty. It looks like we might hit 160 over the weekend. I don't know if we'll go lower. Well, if you hit 160, I got a good chance. Maybe it'll try it. Ichimoku Cloud looks like she's set up to. She's gung ho for driving price down, but the moving averages are here for support. They look good, strong support. They're in the right order. So bouncing from somewhere through here, wherever we go, I expect to bounce. And where we bounce and then up, and then we might come back down lower because we got some areas to contend with over here and some other crossings, bearish crossings trying to go on. Now I'm coming down to the 15, and see, we bounced from 159. So the question is, are we going to roll over from here, go lower? Could happen. We're not breaking out of that. But as a local pattern, if we're kind of following this idea from channel or open and broadening channel, what I would look for, if that's what we got, local pattern, look for them to do a partial decline. So maybe some type of double bottom here. We have a good chance now that this is happening that we might have something like that happen. I like to play with other trend lines too. It's kind of telling me that maybe we'll just go with trend line magic right here. Maybe 162, somewhere right through there. If we come down, we might be able to bounce through there and then then come up to 174. So if I had to kind of guess what I think might happen, I would say something like that. Doesn't mean it's going to happen at all, though. The most important thing is 11. Just know that 158 could get hit if we get bearish. This area 162 could get hit if we want to come down just a wee bit more. And 174 could get hit if we want to start printing some green candles. If we get above 175, we might recover from this. I'm not seeing that on these moving averages right now, though. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but it tells me to look at the bigger time frame. And Solana got some work to do after that 170 for some reason. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a night. So we're a little whatever on crypto right now. We're down about 2% on altcoins, and on the hourly, current hour, I guess we just starting. We're at the end of the hour. We're at break even, so not much really going on. Just kind of blah. And we see that happen sometimes on the weekend. Sometimes on the weekends we see that happen with our altcoins. I'm going to come over to total. What, 3, 2, 3, total 3, 3, 2. One of them. Oh, here's total 3 against Bitcoin. What are you doing? Looks like alts are trying. They're trying to gain against Bitcoin. Believe it or not, they're still trying to. They're trying to do something there. Others is what I want to go with. Here we are. It makes more sense on this one. We're trying to recover. Maybe we're struggling a little bit through tonight. Maybe it starts picking up in the morning, levels off. I don't know. Saturdays can be kind of blah. Sometimes these can be good on Saturday evening. Maybe Saturday evening, maybe Sunday evening. You don't know. But a little blah and then a little, hey, surprise! Yeah, we got some good news or something coming in. Sunday would be a good example. The one thing I want to warn about is that before we get too bullish on Bitcoin is that we do have a new little gap that could be forming here on the CME futures. So that's what we got to take a look at. We got to turn my special candles on, the Christmas tree candles, and maybe we can see it. Well, they left us at 113.5. Now, so far we're not bad, but let's say if we get bullish and we come up to 116, 117, like that's one scenario we're kind of hoping for. That's the scenario. If we do that, then we make this, and we open our candle here, right? This is what it's going to look like. How the hell? What would that look like? Will that be a gap? If we go lower, there would definitely be a gap in price. If we come up, how are you going to print that candle? What's that going to look like? You're just going to start a candle from here? Does that count as a gap? Well, see if we get a gap there. My thinking is if we have a gap up here, but you got a candle. Now I'm confused. I got to see if it happens. I'm starting to trip myself out. If there is a gap in price, and say Monday they come in and open over here, there's this 3-day gap here between price. They might want to run it back down there. But that's not really a gap. That's what the gap would be. If we open lower Monday, say if we're down at 112 when they open, then we definitely have a gap where they would want to go up to fill. All right. Anyway, we'll keep our eyes on that. But the CME futures will start opening Sunday, I think about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's usually when we start seeing something go on, either leading into that or after CME happens on Sunday. That's why sometimes we get those pumpy Sunday nights going into Monday. They don't want to miss out, or they're trying to do their little doing. So we got to see. But right now, my thing is, I think we can go a little side, but I think we'll get a surprise pump out of these altcoins and things over the weekend. That's my take on it. That's what I'm hoping for, looking for the signs. My argument for it again, just to end here, is we're going to make our final conclusive notes here. We got rejected. We had a pullback. It looks like an ABC possible trend line catching altcoins this weekend. Daily candle, come to the 4-hour, make it a little bit more relevant. Starting to get some green candles going in on the Christmas tree candles. It's a good sign. It's not solid yet. 200 moving average, 4-hour. A good chance for some up out of altcoins. Don't know how far it's going to take us, but we got a chance. We're bouncing off the bottom of trend line. It could be something gorgeous that turns into something gorgeous where we just start, hey man, we're ready to go and break out and do something and go. It could be that. That's great. We don't know. Or it could be, hey man, we're coming up and then, oh crap. But either way, The come up part up to this part to back to $1 billion, that's the fun part that we can probably count on. Anything after that, well, we have to see if it's going to be bullish or we roll over from there. So my goal is to be taking profits as we go up through there. And then if we start getting bullish, I might start layering in and building a bigger bag. If we start going bearish, then hopefully I will have some dry powder or taking enough profits to be ready for it if we come down lower. We don't want that to happen because that could get ugly over the next few months. Doesn't make sense. We don't want to see that happen. We want it to bounce now and actually start working for some higher highs and higher lows. We want to get out of this. We want to find some support this weekend. It's what we want. It's what we need. And it's what could happen according to some of these things on the chart. Keep our fingers crossed as that's what we're doing. That maybe we're starting to slowly build toward altcoin season. But what we also need is to see Bitcoin dominance. Chill the freak out. It's coming. If you look here in the 4-hour, bearish crosses on some of these bigger moving averages. The only downside is, the bad news is that, yeah, we got those bearish crosses. Okay. But we could go up and test them before we come down and get our bigger altcoin rally, if that's what happened, or start an altcoin season, if that's what's actually happening, if it's possible. We would have to do that and then start breaking some of these areas, break 60 cents %. We haven't done that. Right now, she looked like she could get a little bullish over the weekend, and that's not great for altcoins. Great for Bitcoin, not that great for altcoins, just saying. And we will end up here, as usual, 6-minute chart for Bitcoin, still watching her, trying to recover from the lows of 112,000. We hoped it wouldn't go there. We found ourselves going there anyway, as often happens in crypto world. But now this is an area that we're starting to cover. 382 Fibonacci, wonderful place to build some support, whether we visit this once or twice or however many times, ranging up and down or whatever. Bouncing off of here is a good thing. Not losing this area again, making higher highs from this point on, bullish AF can get us up to around $130,000 measure move. Pretty bitchin'. We want to see that happen. Only thing I can do right now is draw a trend line. Hope that we get a little local breakout of however you want to interpret it. Falling wedge, broaden channel, about the same results than the ON, that we start coming up here toward 118,000. Is what we need to do. Need to recover this 117,300 to get bullish. Hope it happens. Don't know. That's what I would really like to see happen. Guys, trade carefully. I'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll see how we do on these altcoins. You bring some altcoin trade setups, I'll bring some. We'll see what we can come up with. And in the meantime, a little bonus for you guys that are still here, 19 of you. I'm going to refresh this. We're going to do the moonshots because I forgot to see what the chat said. These are the moonshots that might be worth looking at. Some new ones that came out is unstable coin. Are you serious? USDUC. Well, I'll try to chart them tomorrow. NEET, N-E-E-T. These are the ones that have just flipped for this day. Over the last 7 days, that one went up 77%, and that one went up 36%. So might be tradable. And then we got ULTI and MLG, and they flipped on the moonshot list 3 days ago. A few of the coins on here have done well. Some of them just been and gave it up. There were some that do good, so take it for what we want. I mean, we can chart them maybe tomorrow. Good night, everybody. I'm going to the end screen. I'm tired. I can't think straight anymore. I need some hopium. Nice come up, Bitcoin. Looking at you at $113,914. Can you make it $915? Going once, going twice. So to the lady in the green dress in the front row.
Whispers on the chain ignite. You're pulling me slow.
P-bar. I forgot to look at P-bar. P-bar. I got nothing on P-bar.
Wallets locked, your keys are tease, a game I can't unwind. Almost creeping through my veins, you're messing.
I have to try that one again tomorrow night. Troll.
You're dancing in my dreams, babe, with your blockchain.
You guys have a good night. Chris Klein says, thank you very much. We love you here at the homestead. Good night, John Boy.
Playing games with central plans. I'm slipping deeper in your hands.
Teddy Bear got moved though. He dances better than I do.
Not my keys, not my crypto lately. Pulling me with moves so
there used to be Huh. I have to go look around or maybe make a place to do that. I thought we did have one. Good night, everybody. Good night, John Boy. See ya tomorrow. Good night, John Boy.
Exit scams are calling soft. I'm trapped in your sight. Notes align your words seducible. Running your tone promises.
You didn't make the dog wave. We always wait for the dog to wave. Don't be switching it up on us. If you're going to do it, road dog, do it right.
Sean, did you finally wake up?
You just want my stacks to send. Oh, playing games with central plans. I'm slipping deeper in your hands. You just want
There he is. See, that worked. You're good to go now.
Not my keys, not my crypto lately. Pulling me with moves so shady.
Good night, John Boy. Sweet dreams. They don't say sweet dreams. They just say good night, John Boy. Oh, what's sweet dreams anyway? No, it's from the Waltons, dumbass. Be American. Watch AMC or something. You suck, son. You're racist. No, I am not. I am not. Yes, you're racist. And I think your marriage, I don't know. You and your wife are weird. I think you'll be divorced within 3 months is what I predict.
Oh, shut up. You sound like that therapist dude.
Oh, you went to therapy?
Well, I mean, we tried it. You know how things go.
Oh, well, I don't mean to get in your business or anything.
No, I mean, I don't know. It was kind of weird. I mean, he kept asking me just these stupid old questions.
Really?
Well, I mean, I think I thought he was kind of racist, and I just think it's kind of weird.
You thought your therapist was racist?
Yeah, I did.
Well, tell me.
Well, it's uncomfortable, Habib. I don't like to talk about this stuff.
I mean, mics are off and everything, right? Oh, of course. Of course. I'm a professional, and of course you are too, Sean.
Well, yeah, you are right. I am good at this thing, John. Anyway, well, here's what happened, Habib. I went to therapy, and I went over to solo session, and I was sitting there talking to the therapist, and I'm really not racist or anything, but I think he is.
Why do you think that? I mean, they're professional. Sean, they shouldn't be racist, but I mean, it could be, you know. Sometimes they look at me when I nod my head, they look at me very funny. He sees me off sometimes. I just spit on their Buick when they go outside.
Whatever. But anyway, I was asking, and for some reason they call me Sean there too, even though it's not my name. But anyway, so tell me, Mr. Sean, I said, are you married to a nagger? And I said, well, no. I don't know why you asked that. She's a little white woman about 5'2". She ain't a nagger at all.
You're so getting us mine.
Well, I'm just telling you what happened, though. I don't know. I don't know why you'd be talking to me that way. I can't say it.
John, just hit the button. Go. You're going to get us